What if you could become everything you ever dreamed of? A hero, a genius, a god. What if all it took was one choice? One moment where you stopped asking who you are and started asking what you're willing to become. Would you do it? Would you cross that line? Some did, and they never came back. Griffith. Griffith was beauty sharpened into ambition. To his followers, he was a savior wrapped in armor and myth. To himself, he was always more. He wasn't chasing power. He was building a kingdom, with his own legend as the foundation. But legends crack, and when Guts walked away, the dreamer lost control. The transformation begins here, not in the eclipse, but in that cell, where silence screamed louder than swords, where the dreams bled, and he didn't die, and there was more to come. And then, the Behelit opened his eyes. This is the moment that man ends, and the god begins. Griffith didn't become Femto because he was broken. He became Femto because even broken, he refused to crawl. He saw his friends not as brothers, but as a weight dragging him from destiny. So he sacrificed them. He shed his humanity like rotten skin, and what emerged was divinity without empathy. A beginning no longer ruled by morality, only by vision. The transformation wasn't just physical. It was philosophical, emotional, spiritual. Griffith became the embodiment of ambition unchained. Proof that when a man stops caring about the cost, he becomes unstoppable and utterly inhumane. The Fly. Seth Brundle wanted to change the world. He was awkward, brilliant, and for the first time in his life, he was in love. But when you're on the edge of greatness, a single step can plunge you into horror. He thought he was evolving, that his machine had made him stronger, better, purer. The transformation began like a miracle, but miracles rot fast when they weren't meant for us. His fingernails were peeling, his teeth were falling, insect hairs were growing, and soon, he was shredding more than skin. He was losing himself. The brilliance, the humour, the love, all swallowed by something primal and monstrous. Not a villain in control, but a man watching his own body betray him. The worst part, he never stopped being aware. As his body decayed, his mind remained, trapped in a nightmare of flesh and mutation. He wasn't a monster trying to destroy the world. He was a man trying to stay in it. The transformation didn't make him evil. It made him irrelevant. To science, to love, to life. And in the end, all he could ask for was the mercy of death.
You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them!
Anakin Skywalker. He was born a slave, no father, no name, except the one he gave himself. But he believed, truly believed, that he was meant for something greater, and the galaxy believed it too. Anakin wasn't just a Jedi, he was a prophecy, a symbol of balance, of salvation. But symbols don't cry, and Anakin cried often. He was taught that fear leads to anger, but what if fear was all he'd ever known? The Jedi gave him power, but denied him connection. They told him to love the galaxy, but not the people in it. They made him a weapon, not a person, and the cracks began to spread. He wanted to be a great Jedi, but he also wanted to be a great husband, a great protector, a great everything. But greatness demands control, and control, in the end, is just another word for fear. And then came the whispers. Palpatine didn't force Anakin to fall. He simply told him what he wanted to hear. That love could be saved, that death could be defeated, that he could be powerful enough to stop it all. He didn't become Vader in one moment. He drifted towards him. Piece by piece, each compromise disguised as love, each sin justified by fear. Killing Dooku, spying on the Council, breaking Jedi code. But the true transformation came when the Jedi stopped being mentors and started looking like enemies. And from then on, he was no longer fighting for peace. He was erasing obstacles. But the most brutal truth is this. Anakin never stopped believing he was the hero. Even when he burned a Mustafar, even when his body failed him, he thought this pain meant something. That maybe, through it, Padme would live. But she didn't. And the monster he became was all that was left. Anakin Skywalker died the moment he lost faith in love. Not the emotion, but the messy, vulnerable risk of caring without control. He became a god, but gods can't grieve, gods can't hope, gods can't love. He killed Anakin to keep Padme alive, but in doing so, he ensured she died in fear. And for the next 2 decades, he wore the silence of that mistake like armour. Not a villain, but a ghost. Each one believed they had no other choice. Each one believed they were right. But the transformation doesn't care about your reasons. It doesn't announce itself. It whispers. It bargains. It waits for the moment you say, just this once. That's how the fall begins. Not with hate, but with need. Because fiction's darkest transformation doesn't happen in the shadows. They happen in the light, right in front of us. And sometimes within us. The scariest monsters. used to be people.